Hello, welcome back to the World of Warplanes replay with your host Bjorn. And today I have for you the XFL-1. This is, this plane has some peculiar history. I've talked to quite a few people in the World of Warplanes community actually about this plane. Now I'm going to throw you off on a little oddball here. A lot of people think this plane is a prototype of the P-39. Not quite the case. However, this plane is a prototype, and it is based on the P-39. So what you have here, this is actually a naval variant of the P-39, and what I usually point out is the P-39 is at a later tier, the Airacobra. The XFL-1 is actually at an earlier tier, and this is for balance reasons, if anything else, even though it was a later plane. It was a prototype variant of the P-39 Airacobra. It was designed for the U.S. Navy as a shipboard interceptor. As you can see, one of the dead giveaways that it was meant for ships is the, I don't know the technical term for that hook, but that's the aircraft carrier hook. That's the, when the plane lands, that hook will be down, and that hook will snag on an aircraft carrier cable and stop the plane. So I'm sure most of you have probably seen videos of that. There's a couple other things I can point out here is it lacks any firepower in the wings, and that's mostly because there were some changes to the wings for this plane for the Navy. And this also lacked a supercharger on the engine. So it's actually got a weaker engine. It's actually, the two engines are almost identical. It's just this one does not have a supercharger. And it lacked horsepower because of that. It also lacked in altitude performance because of not having the supercharger. One other thing I can point out too is in the hub is a 37 millimeter cannon. That could be replaced with a 50 caliber. In real life, in game, it's just a 37 millimeter cannon, and then there's the two Browning 30 calibers in the nose. So to throw some dates here at you quick, the first flight of the P-39 Airacobra was April 6th, 1938. The first flight of the XFL-1, which was never adopted, there was only one prototype ever built of this plane, was May 13th, 1940. So, yeah, pretty much 2 year difference between the two planes. I can't, or so far I have not been able to find any documentation on why this plane wasn't adopted. Most likely there was something better. Well, at the time they would have had Corsair, or at least they would have been looking at the Corsair. They also would have probably been looking at some of the other carrier-based planes, and it's just those won out over this one. If I ever do find official documentation, I'll make sure I throw it a video. But let's begin. So, we have a Tier 5 match here. 3 Tier 5s on each team. Couple players.
Pilots, get ready for action. Let's go.
Okay. There we go. I'm gonna first fly to this garrison. I'm gonna swerve around, try to not get hit by the flak. Threw a couple rounds into that boomerang. There's a viewfighter. Going to work on the viewfighter a bit. Taking a bit of fire. And actually just took out a boomerang. And I'm going to gain some more altitude. I'm going to head to this head to the airfield. As you can see on the map, there is a couple enemy players at the airfield. There's a couple of my players and a bunch of air defense. Okay, so they just captured their garrison, so they're going to be starting to head towards their airfield also. Okay. So here I got a player in front of me. I'm actually going to focus in on this. Well, it's a member from the enemy team. I don't know if it's actually a player. Put a couple shots into him. Trying to get zeroed in on him. There we go, player heavy fighter. Start working on him a bit. Got my 30 cals working on him. Taking a little bit of fire here. And there we go, grab that kill.
The enemy is concentrating forces near the airfield.
There we go. There, Hurricane 1. They actually set him on fire. There we go, finalize that kill. Alright, we're gaining some altitude. I'm going to go after these two fighters up here. And he put some shots into this BF-109. And I killed his pilot. Well, sorry, wounded his pilot. Still putting some shots into him. Took his wing. Still putting some more shots into him. It's a very dangerous plane. I really don't want this plane to live. And there we go. Finally grabbed that kill. Took a little longer than I would have liked, but grabbed the kill. That's fine. Okay, got some more fighters coming in here. Taking some shots from this viewfighter. Mostly from his rear turret. And I actually get shot down. That was by a BF-10B that was actually behind me. I didn't even notice him, honestly. Excuse me. So I'll just wait. I'm just going to wait for the respawn. I'm going to respawn at the airfield. Okay. I'm going to pick a target. And we'll start working them down. There we go. Put some shots into them. Really put a hurt on with the 37. And there we go. Grabbed fighter grade 5. Bomber. Going to work on him a bit. There we go. Grab that kill. He's taking some shots here from the BF-109. But I threw a pretty good one in there with my 37. Took his engine, but he repaired it. Hurricane. Grab that Hurricane kill. He's got to be getting pretty upset with me at this point. There we go. Grab that Bristol. There we go, P40. And actually my pilot got wounded. So I'm going to use the med pack. I'm going to stay on this P40. work them over just a little bit more.
Hang in there. You'll soon be cut off from support. I say again.
Okay, I'm taking some hits here.
Available.
And I got killed by the lag 3. Alright, so as you can see, my team right now, they're holding 4 bases, but we're soon actually going to lose the airfield. Kept them occupied there for quite a while, though. So right now, I'm just going to wait for the respawn. Okay, so here we go. Got to respawn my spawn point. I'm actually going to start heading back towards the airfield. Okay, so the air defense fighters just spawned. Going to start focusing on the closest target, which is an enemy boomerang. And there's another boomerang that's trying to sneak up on me. There we go. Grab a fighter grade 4. Really put a hurting on him quick with the 37. Okay, here we go. Another boomerang, but team just captured the airfield back. So now I got to focus on player planes, get this place secured. And he injured my pilot, so I'll have to use the med pack again. There's an enemy fighter. Couldn't quite get the kill on him. That's the HE-112 that I'm going after. There we go, fighter grade 3. Get that HE-112 out of there. There's a heavy fighter, but I'm going to end up breaking off going after him. Still right now just trying to choose a target. There we go, got this heavy fighter here.
Victory is ours.
And there you go, the game finished. So, yep, fighter class 2, and got a, I think that's, okay, hunt for a hawk. Got over 12,000 personal points, combat points. So there you go, scored 12 kills, got 2 assists. As I said, what? Interesting. This actually has my personal points lower than this. Interesting. I never noticed that before. Okay, whatever. Grabbed 140 capture points. Yeah, it wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a great game. Yeah. And I was actually number 2 total in personal points. Arc Knight there did really good himself. He as you can see, he got over 15,000 points. So there you go. Another World of Warplanes replay. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.